What's going on, everybody? We are back to do our After the Impact show. Tonight, special episode of that, as we always do when we have a pay-per-view, we are going to make this our prediction show. So we're going to get right to it because poor Jeff is suffering through suffering through some stuff. So
you can tell him.
Okay, I wasn't sure that Jeff actually has COVID that he's dealing with.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay. So Jeff is suffering through COVID. So we want to get him out of here. So we're going to get right into it. We usually give the scores of the show, but we'll just get right into the predictions. We got Derek's here, Dylan's here. Dylan says 9 out of 10. I thought the show was pretty good tonight. I'm going to give it an 8.75. I think that's fair. Tazzy, what would you score it?
Probably 8.5. 8.5 is fine. It was a good show.
Yeah, that was a good show. A lot of decent matches. Jeff, did you have a score you want to give quick?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9. I thought it was a great show tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Dylan says 9, James Grant says 9, Jeff says 8.75, and RK Shuttlesworth says 9. John Kessler says 9.75. Melissa says 8 out of 10. Sean Rousset says 8.5. Derek saying Jeff ate the wrong pie. Brother. Feel better, bro. And then he says afterwards. So, yes. All right. No shark boy, but I'm being generous. Yes. All right. So we're going to get into it. I guess we're going to start with the match without the graphic, Jeff.
Of course, because Impact always does that. against Brian Myers.
So we got Gujar against Brian Myers for that the Digital Media Championship. I am going to go with Gujar here. I think Brian Myers has held it for a little bit. He's really not signed to Impact, so I kind of think that this was just a build for Gujar to get it. Made him wait his turn, going through all the obstacles and stuff like that. They kind of built him up, but I think he will win that Digital Media Championship. So 1 for 1, we're going to get a title change if they end up having this first, which they could, or this could even maybe be on the pre-show. I don't know. But if this ends up being first, I'm going to say get a title change right off the bat, and I'm going to go with Gujar. What do you think, Tazzy?
It's tough. I'm going to say he keeps it. Okay. The main reason is because I think somebody's going to interfere. A certain person that was injured and now healthy again.
Is Cardona back healthy?
He was at the Ric Flair thing and he got defined.
True, yeah, that's right. He was. Yeah, that's right. Okay, all right. Yeah, good call. Giving Impact an 8.5 out of 10. Great show. Podcast always 10 out of 10. I'm now watching the Jackass movie.
Jackass.
You know you can say that. You know you can say it right now.
Yeah, this is a non PG, dude. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that one. Deanna says Myers. It is on the pre-show along with the Knockouts tag champ. Oh, no way. The Rosemary match. Oh.
Yep.
Oh, they put it on the pre-show?
Oh my God. Scott D'Amore, you suck. Well, maybe they'll put that one on second, then on the pre-show. Okay, if they start the pre-show at 7:30, there'll probably be 2 matches then. So maybe the women's match, we'll jump on right in time for that, hopefully, because that sucks. Oh well. Well, there you go. So they are both in the pre-show. Okay, Jeff, did you want to give your predictions, or do you not? Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I'll go with Bhupinder. I'll say that he wins.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah. Why not? They announced 2 championship matches, said John Kessler. Conrad is here. All right, what's up next, man?
Yeah, the Knockouts Tag Team Championship match. Taya Valkyrie and Rosemary versus Vex.
Fitting, since this will also be on the pre-show. So, yes, Taya Rosemary against VXT. Tazzy, what you got?
I don't want them to lose the titles, but this Jessica thing right here, there's something to this. There's very something into this, and I think that's going to mess up and interfere with Taya and Rosemary. So I'm gonna go with VXT for this one.
Yeah, sad as I am to say it, I have to go with that as well because I think Jessica's going to butcher something. She did with Rosemary's match. I think she's going to cost them the titles. And at that point, here's what I think is going to happen. At that point, I think Jessica and Taya seem to get along really well. So at that point, I think Rosemary might snap. And I think Taya will maybe make her way with Jessica, and then they will form their own team, leaving Rosemary to either go back to Decay or to find another sinister partner to tag with. That's my little prediction of what is going to happen going forward. And we know that this other particular person has been wrestling lately at other shows. So how cool would it be for Rosemary and Su Yung to be together in a tag team? I think that'd be awesome.
That's scary and also at the same time.
Very much so. And they would have the revenge on their minds to go right after VXT or definitely for Taya and Jessica. So that's kind of what I'm going to think happens. Yeah, unfortunately, Heather, I think that they're going to lose, and I think that they're going to lose because of Jessica. So, Jeff, what do you think?
I think we get new champions. Jessica is going to be a little too overzealous to help out, and I think that's going to be the end of the reign for Taya and Rosemary.
Agreed. I think Jessica's either going to cost the title or keep VXT from getting it. VXT wins by Jessica turn. Conrad says VXT. Heather's no, Rosemary and Taya lose. Maybe Su Yung that. That's what I'm thinking. I would love to see that. VXT lose because of Mia Yim and Grace, or maybe Rosemary turns. All right. John Kessler says VXT, and James Grant says VXT as well. Okay, what's up next?
This one should be good. Bandito against Ray Horus.
Two wrestlers who I have not seen much of. So I am going to let Jeff. Why don't you start? Who do you think is going to win this?
This is a good. This is tough because, well, first off, I want to say I'm glad that Impact is doing this.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that they're doing this for people that don't get to see AAA as much. I'm glad that they're getting the opportunity to showcase this. But I've got Bandito. I think I'll just say this: I've got Bandito, but this is going to be a great match. And if you're not familiar with these two guys, just buckle up because it's going to be great.
Well, you know what? Since the chat seems to be all going with him, I am going to follow and say I'm going to go with Bandito as well. I like the look. I will say that. So I'm very curious to see this. I don't watch AAA very much. I've seen bits and pieces here and there after shows and stuff like that, like clips of matches, but I haven't sat and actually watched it. So pretty exciting to see this. And yeah, I'm glad they're doing it as well. Get them a little bit of spotlight. James Grant's the only one that has said Ray Horus so far. So I'm going to go with Bandito as well. And I'm looking forward to this because it's something new for me to see. Bandito wins and then Trey Miguel heel turn, says Randy Sam. Bandito is the bigger name. Too bad for Ray Horus, though, says RK Shuttlesworth. Tazzy, what do you think?
Funny is I actually seen this Bandito in a independent show. So okay. It's actually fitting that he's here. Like, oh my God, that was a long time ago. I don't know anything about Ray, unfortunately, so I'm going with what I know, and that's Bandito. So that's all we're gonna do. It's going to be an insane match. If he was when I saw him, have fun.
Yeah, I bet you it's probably going to be a good match for sure.
Joe, good luck calling this one.
Oh, I don't even. Yeah, I figured. It's going to be like an X Division match on steroids. Yeah, I figured it's going to be fun. Bandito's the bigger name. Do you think we get someone from AAA announce team calling this? Maybe. It's possible. They do that sometimes. So you never know. Yeah, it could be, Mark. Good question. All right. What's next?
We've got Steve Macklin going up against Sammy Callahan. Buckle up.
Tazzy, go ahead. Start.
I'm very shocked this is actually a regular match. I'm very shocked. But this is actually good because then now you can actually see shenanigans all over the place. So who knows what might happen on this one. But you know me. I'm a Sammy guy all the time, all day, every day. Just because I am. So I'm gonna go Sammy. But Steve Macklin is gonna put on a good show in this match. I'm gonna say that now. He's gonna put on a good match. Just throw it out there.
I think the match is gonna be brutal. My instinct tells me that I think Macklin wins. Macklin's been on a roll, and I think he's gonna win. However, I think he's gonna win because of Moose. But what I think will probably happen if I know Moose is Moose will come out, cost Sammy the win somehow. Macklin will beat him, and then Moose will take out Macklin because Moose isn't on anyone's side. So that's what I think will happen. It's just completely crazy, but I think Macklin wins. And I think it'll be because Moose gets involved somehow, maybe comes out of the crowd, does something to Sammy to take him out and help Macklin beat him. But yeah, it almost seems kind of weird that this isn't a stipulation type match, especially with Sammy, because usually that's a big thing from him. So it's almost weird that it's not. So maybe the feud's going to go forward, and maybe we'll get something bigger from them at Bound for Glory, which could happen as well. But I think Moose is going to inject himself into the match somehow, and I think that's going to cost Sammy the match. But I think then he's going to take out Macklin afterward. So I think that's what's going to happen. Jeff, what do you think?
I think we get a Moose sighting.
Yep.
Somehow, some way. And I think this leads. Honestly, I think Sammy wins, and I think this leads to a Macklin Moose match at Victory Road.
Okay.
And I think we get a triple threat where all bets are off, and we get a crazy stipulation at Bound for Glory.
Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, that's a good call. You're probably right. Yeah, probably see a triple threat. Yep, and it's some kind of stipulation at that match. Yeah, good call. Ryan is saying Steve, Dylan saying Sammy, John saying Macklin, Heather saying Sammy, Coop saying Sammy, Sammy's the kind of guy who could lose without losing any ground. Macklin has been on a roll, but Sammy is crazy. With a Moose sighting, it's going to be Sammy. Says Moose will get involved. Could be built up to BFG. Sammy wins by Moose because Sammy is controlling Moose's mind. And Moose joins with Sammy Callahan. Do you think Juice Robinson comes back to Impact and challenge winner of Josh versus Shelley? And Macklin wins, says Chris. All right. What's up next?
Violent by Design versus Chris Saban and Kushida.
Got to go with Chris Saban and Kushida, only because you saw that whole little clip in the promo tonight with Eric Young. Obviously, he is not happy with Violent by Design. That's been going on for a while. Although Eric Young did say, though, that it's his show and he has to take back control. So does that mean that Eric Young comes out and gets involved with this? And if he does he cost Saban and Kushida? So that can happen as well. But I'm going to go with Saban and Kushida. And if Young does come out, I think he would come out after the match is over because they end up losing again, basically. And then Eric Young comes out. The thing is, though, if Eric Young does come out, what does he control? Does he go after Saban and Kushida? Or does he go after Violent by Design? So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. So go ahead, Tazzy. What do you think?
Before tonight, I would have said Saban and Kushida. But after Young came out and said that, I'm like, There's something there. There's something there, and I just think that it's going to be very, very bad for Sammy and Kushida. Want Kushida to win, but I don't think it's going to happen. Father by design.
All right, Jeff, what do you think?
Give me Saban and Kushida.
Okay. All right.
But I do think Eric Young gets involved somehow after the match.
Yep. Agreed. Unless Young gets involved as Violent by Design or they reuse Saban and Kushida. What's going to happen with Violent by Design? Can't keep losing. No, something is going to have to happen. Whether Young breaks them up, attacks them, whatever. Randy thinks Violent by Design wins. Deanna says they lose. Young breaks them down. So I'm telling you now, I can't trust Chris Saban, says Jeremy. Wow. Okay. All right.
That's interesting.
That's interesting. Interesting call. Okay. What's next?
All right. We've got Honor No More versus Bullet Club.
Well, Honor No More must break up the band if they lose this match. This is interesting, though, because, a month or so I would have said Honor No More for sure. I'm not so sure about that anymore, though. Well, now we've heard that the Big LG is hurt. So if he can't go, who's their fifth member? That's the first one. But I'm kind of swaying now toward I think Honor No More might break up because then you can have a tag team come out of there that could challenge at Bound for Glory for the titles. Maybe PCO costs them this match, or maybe he turns because he's been getting attacked by Eddie Edwards, which would then set up a PCO versus Eddie Edwards matchup. Vincent wouldn't be too happy if that happened either. So then Vincent would go his own way. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking Bullet Club is going to win. Whoever the fifth person is that they're going to have, I think will play a part in it. But I think that Bullet Club wins this. And I think Honor No More is going to go their separate ways. And I think you'll see them split off into other directions. Eddie Edwards did have that confrontation with Josh. So maybe it's Eddie Edwards' time to go after Josh Alexander if he retains. And of course, I think, like I said, I think we're going to have new tag champs, especially now. Well, we'll have to see what that injury is like for the Big LG. What would they do? Would they strip them of their titles? Their contract is running out soon. In fact, I think they're done after Bound for Glory. So I'm not really too sure what would happen there. Would they take the titles off of them, or maybe somehow the Big LG gets out there and just doesn't wrestle? Maybe I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen there, but I'm going to go with Bullet Club here. I just like the fact that they're going to get someone new, someone different in there to take Big LG's place. And I just think with the matchups you could have with Honor No More splitting up, I'm going to go Bullet Club here. Jeff, what do you think?
I think we have to remember what happened tonight with Kenny King and Carl Anderson.
Yeah.
Remember, Kenny King really went after that knee. So what kind of shape is Machine Gun going to be in?
True. Yeah, true.
That's why I'm picking Honor No More, because I think they've weakened the Bullet Club to the point where they'll be able to win, and then they'll be able to get some of these title shots that they're looking to get. And I think one of the first that we'll see is OGK, Matt Taven, and Mike Bennett going up against the Good Brothers.
I would have to think that Big LG gets replaced by Heath. I would just have to think, because it would just make sense. So, but yeah, okay, Tazzy.
Ooh, as much as I love Bullet Club, I'm going to go with Honor No More. Now, the reason why Carl Anderson and Big G is going to be gone is because they might be looking for a return at a certain spot, a certain place, since their boy is now there and there's a new regime there. I'm just throwing it out there. But anyway, it's very phenomenal. That's all I'm saying. Other than that, I think out of this that means that Honor No More will win. You get a new tag team champions. Well, will get tag team champions, and Eddie Edwards might be Josh Alexander's opponent for Bound for Glory.
Yeah, could very easily happen. All right, so let's see what everybody is. John Kessler saying Honor No More. James Grant saying Bullet Club too sweet. Vincent PCO go their own way. Jeremy says Bullet Club wins. Dylan says Bullet Club. Chris says Honor No More wins by jumping Ace Austin backstage 5 versus 3. The Coog says Bullet Club. Chris says Smart Jeff exactly how that stable wants to take an advantage. Maybe they get Jay White in the match. I think he's over in New Japan. Chris says that's good storytelling. Hit the Law and Order. I have a hard time calling this one being so ignorant about behind-the-scenes decisions. LOL. All right, what's up next?
All right, we've got Jack Evans going up against Speedball Mike Bailey.
Yes, of course, that was the match from tonight that leads to this. So it's Mike Bailey and Jack Evans. So this is going to be a very, very good match between those two. Speedball's been on top of the world. So the question is, does he take the belt away from Speedball? I don't think so. He's been really, really good. And I think there'll be many, many times where it looks as if he's going to lose this match, but I'm going to say Mike Bailey retains. He's been awesome. And, we'll see who they're going to build up for that X Division title or who might be up next on the ladder for Mike Bailey. But I think it's going to be Speedball Mike Bailey. John Kessler saying he hopes Impact signs Jack Evans. So, Tazzy, what do you think?
I would say Speedball wins just because the longest rating, if correct me if I'm wrong, the last one was Rohit, right? Was Rohit to have the title a little bit longer than normal.
Yeah, he had it for a while. I mean?
So
Trey had it for a while too.
Yeah, we need to get back to that a little bit. Get back and get some more. No matter what, this title is going to have the awesome credibility, no matter what. But let's do something different. Let's make somebody. Let's build somebody. Let's build somebody up. Let's try that and see what happens. I really want Jack to win. So if he wins, then I wouldn't shock me. But I'm gonna go with Speedball just because.
Okay, Jeff, what you got?
I'm gonna take Speedball. I think he'll win. But I think it's gonna be a great match. I'll say that.
Yeah, agreed. This could be the match of the night on the show, no doubt. Speedball wins, says James Grant. Speedball wins, says Dylan. Jack wins in an upset, says the Coup. Speedball wins, says Chris. Deanna saying Mike Bailey. John Kessler saying Speedball. All right, what do we got next?
Mia Yim taking on Jordan Grace for the Knockouts Championship.
The Knockouts title. This is a tough one to call. I'm going to let, you know what? Since he's such a big fan of Jordan Grace, Jeff, why don't you start?
I will say that Mia Yim kind of cut deep tonight. Saying that's why you have some short range.
She did. Yeah.
You know what? As much as I hate doing this,
I
think we get a title change.
Wow. Okay.
I think Mia Yim picks up the victory. All right. I do think this sets up for We'll see what happens, but I think it sets up for a possible run-in with Masha.
Okay. Masha comes down and announces herself as next up, basically.
Yeah.
Interesting. Some were saying that, and I think we had this in our Impact show chat at one point, but some were saying that because of the comments that Jordan had online, about Chris Benoit that they might possibly take the title away from her. I kind of hope that's not true. I don't like seeing anything, especially when she did apologize. It was bad, but she did come out and apologize. And look, people do silly things sometimes, and they just people are allowed to screw up, and as long as you own up to it and apologize for it, and she did. She apologized and she donated money and stuff to the charity. So I hope that's not the case. I hope that doesn't play into it, but you never know. I think I'm going to agree with Jeff. I think I'm going to go with Mia Yim here. And it does make sense what he said about Masha, because where else does she have to go? She's run through just around about everyone she could. So I don't know where they would send her next unless they send her after the champ. So that's going to be interesting. That'll probably be a build up all the way through to Bound for Glory. And we could see Mia and Masha, which would be mind-blowing match. But yeah, Jordan was great. And listen, Jordan's been on talk shows, things like that for Impact. She's been doing a good job with that title, going around and presenting it. But yeah, I'm gonna side with Jeff. I think Mia's gonna win. I think Mia's gonna yim. Yim.
Wow.
Okay. Whatever that means. Gonna win. It's too close to yim. You win. Yeah, whatever. I'm just tired. Go ahead, Tazzy.
Oh man. No matter what, Grace is the face of this division. No matter what, honestly. But Mia Yim for the win. I'm gonna just say this though. The competitors that's coming for this knockout title, I don't even want the title right now. Marsha, Killer Kelly. I'll be like, I will pass, and I'm gonna take a short vacation. But
yeah,
we're gonna be here for the win.
Good night, Derek. I agree. There's a ton of people that are coming after you. So, yeah, who the heck's going to really want to hold it right now? That's true. It's a good point. Good point. All right, man. I think we've only got, one left, the men's match?
That's it. So,
all righty.
Josh Alexander defending against Alex Shelley.
What a match this is going to end up being. And it's the main event. So, Mia Yim said Conrad. Wow. All kind of emotions you saw from that contract signing tonight. All kinds. They really did a great job building this up just by saying things to one another. I wouldn't be upset with either one of these men winning. Josh continuing on his reign. Alex Shelley, you almost, listen, he's the guy who's never got the shot after all these years and now has it. And of course, he's the underdog. This is going to be a tough one for fans. People that are in that building it's going to be tough because they're going to be probably split too. You want Josh to win, but then again, neither one of them are heels. This is face versus face. So it's always a tough call in a match like this. And, a lot of people are going to be pulling for Alex Shelley because he never had gold. But that said, when you get right down to it, is this where the story for Josh ends? I don't think so. Because I think they have other matchups they want to have him in. He was built up as being the face of the company. Not saying Alex couldn't do that. I think that this is going to be a tremendous match. Both of these guys are going to give everything they have. But I think Josh is going to win. I think he's going to win with just some kind of, I don't know. This could be an easy little quick roll up maybe at the end that he gets. I don't think he's going to tap him out. I don't think anything like that's going to happen. It's just going to be two guys that are just going to go at it for however long they're given at the end of this program. And it's going to be an amazing match. But I do think Josh retains. I literally think that's what, I think they're going that they're just going with him because he's got Eddie Edwards coming up. There's just other people I think he's going to defend that title against, and I don't think they're going to take that belt off of him that soon. So I'm going to go with Josh. Jeff, what do you think?
Give me Josh. Even though I think this Honestly, I wouldn't be mad if it went the other way. I would not mind it. But for some reason, I think Josh retains, and there's a little more to what they want from him.
Right. Agreed. Tazzy.
As much I want Shelley to win, but this goes through my predictions, so I have to go with Josh Alexander right now. I know I said 80 hours to go for Bound for Glory, but there's a month in between all this. Who's the next opponent? You might see that right after this match. Man, yeah, it had to be Josh Alexander. There's nothing you can say. This is gonna be a good match. I'm just thinking about what could possibly this match be look like. It's going to be insane. But yeah, Josh Alexander.
And as far as who is going to be his next opponent, if that person introduces themselves, I would have to think that it's probably going to be Eddie. I would have to think, depending on what happens with Honor No More, but I would think that it's going to be Eddie Edwards. A lot of people saying Alex, Chris and Grant and James Grant, Conrad. Deanna says, I want Shelley to win so he can have a title, but do you cut Josh's run short? I don't know. Alex brought up injuries, so if there's this how you give Josh time off. Well, they were just talking about the injuries that they both had. I don't think they have all of them currently. If you're talking about that discussion that the two of them have, I don't think that I haven't read anything that Josh is injured. So I don't know. What if Shelley wins and you get him at Saban for the title? Well, that goes in a whole new direction. So sure, yeah.
You know what? You know what match I want to see just because it needs to finish is Josh and Sandra versus Jacob Fatu. That match was really good until Cordoba interfered with it. It was a great match. I wouldn't mind just a one-off at Impact Wrestling at Victory Road just to do it. Why not?
Why not do that at Bound for Glory though?
That's even better. Yeah,
that big of a show.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. Josh retains, but Chris Saban turns heel in the main event. Josh retains. All right. Well, there you go. So that is the card for Emergence tomorrow night. And now you just have to make sure you come out and watch. We will be starting the show at 7:45 p.m. Eastern time. So it looks like there's two matches that are going on before the start. So the women's tag team match and then the Digital Media Championship are both on the pre-show. So I don't know when they're going to start the pre-show. If they start at 7:30, you'll get both of those matches in that half hour. But in either case, we'll be on at 7:45. So we may miss the one of the pre-show matches. So make sure you come out. Make sure you join us tomorrow. I think we're all going to be here. Jeff's going to try to tough it out. Of course, Tazzy will be here, and myself will be here as well. So make sure you come out. Join us at 7:45 tomorrow for Impact Emergence. We'll be right back here doing the watch along for that. So there you go. That is our show for tonight. That's our prediction show for Emergence. And glad you guys all came out. And hopefully we will see you all tomorrow night for Emergence. If you can't make it for whatever reason, the rest of our schedule, we have Sunday night. If Jeff feels up to it, if not, we may cancel our wrap-up show this week, but we'll see. We'll let you know. And then otherwise, on Monday, if you're not coming out for Emergence tomorrow, on Monday, normally Abby's window's at 6. It will not be this week because we are on a podcast called Give Me a Hull Yeah podcast, where we will be on his channel. I will put the link up on YouTube in the comments for our prior video. So for the actual Impact Watch Along video, I'll put the link up there in case you want to come out and watch it. It's going to be at 6:00 p.m. Eastern time, so the same time as Abby's. And it's basically just an interview that they're doing with us. They're going to talk about how we started the show, things like that. And then, of course, we're going to talk about Wyndham and things like that with him, too. That was really the reason why he wanted to get us on the show, because he knows we do the show with Abby's, and, we talk a lot about Bray. So that's what we got coming up. But hopefully we can see most of you or all of you tomorrow night for Impact Emergence. So from Jeff and from Tazzy and myself, have a great rest of your night. Stay safe. Be kind to one another, please. And hopefully we will see you all tomorrow night for Emergence. Have a great night, everybody. Take care.